Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shaira and I post planner related videos on this channel. So as I mentioned in my 2019 bullet journal setup, I might film a plan with me for my January spread. I did end up doing that and that's what you're seeing today. So January is actually my birthday month. So this month is actually a little bit of a mishmash. I kind of describe it as like my top picks, things that I just really love. And that's kind of the overarching theme that I want to bring through the month. So the pages that I do might be very different, but they're all kind of in the realm of things that I just like doing or eating in this case or whatever. I'm actually not the biggest fan of cake, but I thought since it was my birthday month, that was one of the most appropriate things I could put. So I did just draw a cake for my cover page, and I added a Simply Gilded washi to it, which is in pink and silver. I was showing you what color my Tombow dual tip brush pen was. But one of the most reoccurring themes that I wanted to carry through, because some of the colors might change, some of the overarching themes might change, but I wanted to really carry through pink, black, and silver throughout this setup, even as I kind of not film and all that. Sorry, the wire is showing up in this scene, but I wanted to really do that. I was debating on where to put the January part of the cover page. I decided to color in the plate as black just because this cover page wasn't as black as I wanted it to be, considering that it was going to be part of my main color scheme. So I did a similar thing as my 2019 bullet journal bullet journal setup, where I kind of color something in black and then use a lighter colored pen to really bring out the lettering. I'm using a lot of pens that I used previously, as well as this Uniball Signo metallic silver pen. I did just write January 19, as in 2019, on there to note what month it was. It was going to be off-centered if I wrote out 2019, so I did just do that. I really love how this cover turned out, by the way. It's definitely one of my favorite parts of this spread. However, because this is kind of more of just my general favorites, I do really love this setup overall. For my monthly setup, I have a lot of birthdays going on this month, not just my own, but also of friends. So I wanted to really make a bigger calendar. I used to do 5x5 squares. These are 7 boxes tall and 6 boxes wide. So I wanted to use that entire space. I haven't watercolored in quite some time, but one of the very few things that I actually know how to watercolor is roses. So I figured I'd do that for the little sidebar on here for me to write January. So I did do that across this entire page and just kind of make them peek from under the calendar in a sense. I did only do them on the side right there. I didn't want to put too much water just because I use the Tombow dual tip brush pens a lot and they are water based. So because there is a print on the back, which was my cover page, I didn't want to wet the entire page and then kind of jeopardize the back page and make it end up kind of bleeding through or like transferring on the other side. So I just used my markers to note the months. I kind of made mistakes here a lot. I started on Sunday and drew the little circles in there, even though there was no Sunday at the very beginning of the month. But you know, just embracing the imperfections and all that. Here I wanted to initially write out January with my Tombow Fudenosuke, but it was too small, so I used my dual tip brush pen. It was a little off center, so I just put a teal there. Love how that turned out so much. Here I have just some finance things. I am drawing some boxes with the silver Uniball Signo. Contrary to my last bullet journal video, which I didn't really pre-set up a lot of things, I kind of penciled in a lot of what I wanted to do just because when I was filming my first bullet journal video, I kind of felt stuck in a sense that a lot of the time was wasted on thinking instead of just doodling and drawing and creating. So I wanted to really think about that before I even got into the actual months and all that. So I just drew these flags on here, or these banners, I mean. I used two different pinks, one lighter than the previous and then also the previous for the shadows. I wrote down bills, shop income, and shop expenses. If you guys didn't know, if you're new here, I do have a planner shop. I have stickers that feature my hand lettering, so that's something if you want to check it out. I always link it down below. One of the biggest things I wanted to do this year was really be more prepared when it came to my finances, because once tax season comes around at the beginning of the year, it's always so stressful for many shop owners, especially ones like me who don't really do it full time or are just not really as organized with it as they should be. It's such a struggle. So this page is going to be a shop inventory page for the materials that I use for my shop. I haven't done this before, so I wanted to do that to really keep myself organized. I used another marker, which I think that was the Fudebiori, the Zig Fudebiori, to color in the top bit. I wanted to color it in initially with my Uniball Signo, but I realized it was just going to take forever, and I realized I had another marker that was silver already. I did just add a drop shadow to that little clipboard. I did kind of a table here and did the same thing with the drop shadow. I'm using the silver Fudebiori, which I colored the little clip part earlier with, to write out PR squad tracker. Flipping over to the next page, on the left side I have a habit tracker. I'm kind of bad at habit tracker, so I really just wanted to see if I'll do it in this form or within my bullet journal. But on the right side I wanted that to be a quote page, so I am just quickly doing a wash of paint. Because the paper does wrinkle because of just, you know, paper and water situation, I did clip that page down really quickly. I am going through and drawing my lines here for my habit tracker. I did do a 7x5 box because I was thinking of it in like month terms, in terms of I need 5 rows and 7 days, but I did realize that for a habit tracker that isn't really as necessary. So I just drew things in as the month actually shows, basically putting Tuesday on the third box just because I typically start my monthly views on a Sunday. So I thought I'd do that. I did just letter in good habits on here with the pink marker that I've been using, kind of making them look like they show up behind the boxes. This was really tedious to do, which I mean, you guys probably know about habit tracker pages like that. Here, I couldn't think of a quote, and I was looking through online, and I ended up with the "I believe in pink" quote by Audrey Hepburn. I had a lot more quotes that I wanted to use, like for my birthday week and stuff like that. So you'll probably see that maybe on my Instagram as I post them. This is my first weekly spread, which starts on December 31st. Here I'm just writing out the days of the week, and then I come to realize that I messed up and had 8 boxes when I intended to only have 7. I don't typically use the notes box that some people use. I kind of freaked out at this point, especially because I actually wanted to leave the top bit empty. But in the spirit of embracing imperfections, which like I said is what my bullet journal is going to be all about, I just kind of made the most of it and just painted in some more roses in there. That's pretty much the weekly spread, so I'm going to give you a flip through of my overall January setup. Like I said, this is my birthday month, so it is just a whole mishmash of things that I love. And I really like that the color scheme ties everything together. I think my overall theme, I guess, is just more so a pink theme. So I love that cover page and I love the monthly overview. There is a little bit of black that ended up there. I think that's from pressure on the other side when I was writing, and it came from that part on 2019. So that is the kind of flaw that you end up when you use water-based products. Sometimes pressure can have things transfer over to another side. These are the finance pages. I will be writing my bills off camera and some of my shop related items as well. This is my shop material list to really do inventory because this is something that I actually never did before. to get myself organized. My PR squad tracker, I haven't noted down the PR people that will be working with my shop just because they weren't announced at the time of me filming this. These are my habit trackers. I hope to really use them. This quote, it's kind of hard to read out the signo marker, so I am just giving it a little bit of a wiggle to really show you the quote. As you can see, the page is warped because of the watercolor, so I will be pinning that down a bit to flatten it out a little bit. And then this is the week of the 1st. So hope you guys enjoyed watching this plan with me, and I will see you next time. Bye!